Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play Shining Force. This is another one of my favorite games of all time, and it's a very fun strategy RPG. I debated whether I wanted to start my channel with this game or with Final Fantasy VII. I started with Final Fantasy VII, but I figured I could alternate between the two games. I figured it would be a lot of fun to try each one, since each game will take a different level of strategy to beat. I'm also very inspired by a YouTuber named Mengs. He plays a lot of Fire Emblem video games. So if you love watching someone play strategy games and have a good time with the games and interact with their chat, I highly recommend watching his videos. But he plays a strategy game called Fire Emblem, which is like a chess-like game. You have like different units that have different strengths. This game was made for the Sega Genesis and is very similar to Fire Emblem on the Nintendo systems, if you've never played Shining Force. So, I was very inspired by Meng's, what he calls an Ironman challenge, which is where he tries to go through the game on a hard difficulty, beat the game, and if he loses any characters, they're gone forever. And he doesn't reset his game. He keeps going till he either wins the game or gets a game over. And if he gets a game over, he has to start the game from the beginning. So, I want to do that. I will do it with a Fire Emblem game at some point. But since Shining Force for the Sega Genesis is my favorite strategy RPG, and a game I know very well, I thought I'd do my own spin and do my own Iron Man. So, welcome to Iron Man Shining Force. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I love this game. It's my favorite strategy game and my first strategy RPG. But I'm not very good at it. So let's have some fun at my dispense. Wow. Dark Dragon, Ancients. Let's see, what else does this old book say? 1,000 years have passed since they vanquished Dark Dragon. And this book says Dark Dragon threatened to return right about now. I bet anything that Dark Dragon is behind the evil hordes of Runefaust. I need to tell someone, but who would listen to a kid like me? I mean, I would. She's very cute. I think Dark Dragon's coming back. Will you help us? Come on, it'll be an adventure. I am a sucker for a good adventure. Let's go. We'll do number 2. What shall I call you? Alright, so the main character's name is Max, but we will go with Nied, our channel's namesake. Actually, this game has this weird thing where, like, important characters' names are all capitalized, and not as important characters' names are lowercase, I think is how it works. So we're just going to do all caps. If nothing else, we're that important. Nice to meet you, Nied. I am Simone. Come back often and tell me everything. You need to get going. Evil spreads further across Rune with every passing day. I do like how, and every Shining Force does this, it's like a person telling a story, or a person, like, your main menu isn't just like a menu, you're talking to someone. It's either a person who's got a story to tell, or a person who's reading something, or a sage, or a witch. Like, it's somehow involved in the story. It's really, really interesting how they incorporate that. Come on, wake up. I didn't hit you that hard. Someone hit us. Keep your guard up, kid. Those beasts of Runefaust will tear you apart. Okay, that's enough for today. You better take it easy. Alright. So we're gonna talk. No, Nied, I think you've had enough. But you don't know that for sure. Alright. Well, Nied, had enough swordplay for today? I don't know how you keep at it hour after hour. I'm dead tired after 15 minutes. You have the makings of a great fighter. You will be tested soon. Lord Varios, the king has sent for you. You must come at once. Of course, lead the way. I fear the worst. Prepare yourself for true battle immediately. Yeah, this game pulls no punches. There's not a whole lot of lengthy dialogue. I'm one for lengthy dialogue, but this game really doesn't have a lot of lengthy dialogue. It's pretty much straight to the point. Did you see his face? He went pale. Something really big is happening. Let's split up and see if we can't find out what's going on. Well, I can tell you what's going on. But I won't spoil. I will try to treat this part as like a veteran, but I won't spoil things ahead of time. So if you're watching this video and you've never played this game, like, I will not spoil the later parts of the game. I have had nightmares. I bet they're the same nightmares I've been having. I saw our land in ruins. Evil creatures roamed our halls, and it seemed so real. This game has great music. This truly was the rival to Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem came out in 1990, and its third game came out in 92 or 93. It was 93. It might have been 92, though, with Mystery. This game came out sometime around Mystery of the Emblem and Genealogy of the Holy War for Fire Emblem. And of course, Fire Emblem didn't come out in the west side of the world. But in Japan, these were like definitely like rival-esque games. And I always just appreciate how similar the Fire Emblem and the Shining Force games were, but different as well. Then, Your Majesty, we have no choice but to send a young fighter. Good news. I was looking... Good news. Good news! You're gonna fight. I was going to look for you. Listen to the king. For centuries, our people have watched the Gate of the Ancients as its guardians. Beyond that gate lies we know not what, not even if it is the light or the darkness. But the Ancients knew, and they sealed it beyond the gate and set us as guards. And now we find that we may have failed our mission for our reason for existence. Signs have seen that forces of Runefaust are at the gate. Whatever evil they are planning, we must stop it at all costs. But we must not panic. We must not panic the people. I mean, we definitely shouldn't panic ourselves. A small group of young but skilled warriors. Yes, they could do it. They could leave town unnoticed and have a chance to proceed and succeed. And this is what happens when I'm trying to play when I've been up all day. Will you take the task? I sure will. Very well. Return to town, gather your troops, come back when you're ready. I want to explore... This is something like Zelda-esque or like JRPG-esque, is you have the opportunity to explore and find like extra items, extra equipment, extra characters. This game had like hidden characters. That was really, really cool. It sucked if you missed them, but you didn't know you missed them because they were hidden. What a lovely view. Oh my, what a lovely view. This is like one of my favorite parts. You search the telescope. Nia looks into the telescope. A huge eye! Ah! Oh, shoot, I messed up. Whoa, you scared me for a second. I was just looking around, admiring the land. Lately I've seen people or creatures moving near the Gate of the Ancients. And then, remember how he said it was a great view? It is indeed a lovely view. This game is so funny sometimes. It's got very witty like moments. Moments I didn't fully appreciate when I was a wee lad. Alright. So we're gonna go to town. Wait, Nied. Nova sent us. We're going with you. I am Luke the Warrior. Ken the Knight, at your service, Nied. I'll follow wherever you lead. I am Teo. I'm only an apprentice mage, but I will do my best. I am Hans, an elven archer. I'm coming, but don't put me in the front lines. Luke, Ken, Teo, and Hans join the Shining Force. Meet us at the headquarters, back at the castle. Hey, Nied, don't try to sneak out of town without me. Lo joins the Shining Force. Now that you have your comrades, return to the king to hear his final commands. I'll follow your progress and offer you advice as you face the vile hordes of Runefaust. Well, that's settled. See you at HQ. Now we've got to tell the king we have our party. You have your troops, but you need supplies. Take this to purchase what you need. I gain 100 coins. That goes a lot farther in this game than you might think. The cart will take you to the gate. Go now. I will leave everything to you. I must fortify this castle. So we're going to check out this Gate of the Ancients. But before we do, we have to make a couple of quick stops. No, not stops so much as a couple of quick... Oh, we gotta do some things. We got some stuff. I'll talk to Gort. Or this dude. His name's Gort. Sorry, spoiler warning, but he literally just says it. Hey there, youngster. My name is Gort. Do you want to hear my story? I sure do. No one talks to me anymore. All busy, but do you want to hear a secret? We do. Never trust anyone outside the city. Murderers and thieves, all of them. I ought to know. I used to be a great warrior. Been all over the world. Why, I have half a mind to go again. Would I if I got the offer? He might get a good offer. We'll see. Hey, watch it. How'd you like it if I tried to run you over with a cart? I'd like to see him try. Alright. Kind of have to find... Like, there's... Like, I don't think so much in this first town, but I know most towns have, like, extra treasure chests and whatnot. Move, old man. I had an awful dream. The whole town burned down. Our house, too. Oh, poor dear. I like how she has, like, a little stuffed animal. It's either, like, a little kitten or a little stuffed animal. I'm pretty sure it's a stuffed animal. It's very cute. Well... Don't mind the boss. He gets like that sometimes. Perhaps I could help you. Okay, so we're going to grab some equipment. What would you like? We're going to buy medical herbs. Okay, so medical herbs are a small heal. A minor, I think they only heal like somewhere between 8 and 12. So it's a small heal. It's good for like the first 6 or 7 fights. And then you want to start buying these, which are healing seeds. And healing seeds heal... I think between 15 and 20 some, depending on just... I think it's a little bit random, but I think it's between those integers. And an angel wing will teleport you back from the battle. Now, here's the thing. We will never buy angel wings in this game, because how I want to run this iron... There's no hard mode in Shining Force. So what happens in Shining Force... no, we want to buy stuff. I'll explain while I'm buying all our medical herbs. What happens in Shining Force? So, if a character dies in Shining Force in battle, they don't die permanently. You can bring them back to life with a priest in between battles. The only way you lose a fight, the only way you can get a game over in Shining Force is if your main character falls in battle. Now... What you can do is there's no way to go out and fight like just a random battle. You have to fight the story progression battles as in order, kind of like Fire Emblem. But you can always escape the battle. There's a spell called Egress that your main character gets, and these angel wings do it too. You can warp using this angel wing or the egress spell, warp out of a battle, and you retain all the gold and experience that you earned in the battle prior to using that. And you can use that to level up, and then when you try to go back into the battle, it'll leave you off right where you left off at. Or it won't leave you off where you left off in the battle. So let's say you killed everything but one creature in the battle. When you egress and come back, you retain all the EXP and gold that you carried over, but all the enemies on that map reset. So the idea is that you egress, you keep all your experience and gold, which is essentially you building out. And that's how you build out in this game. You can do it in every single battle. There is no battle you can't egress your way out of. So that's how you build up. But since we're doing an Ironman, and I want to try to do an Ironman on the highest difficulty I can operate, there's no difficulty. There's no easy, medium, and hard. It's just a regular difficulty. So to keep it more difficult, I'm not going to build out. I'm going to just play through the story as I go. And then if a character dies, they're gone for good. If my main character dies, the run is over and I have to reset. Goblins. Runefaust must be up to something. We can take them, Nied. Move it, vermin. Find the key to this blasted door. Come on, we're almost there. Where is that key? What? Those fools from Guardiana are here. Earthquake! Attack goblins and dwarves. Strike a blow for the honor of Runefaust. Alright, so here's our battle layout. Here's how this game all works. Is each of these characters, these are all the enemies, and this is all of my playable characters. Every enemy has, okay, so for instance, every character that's on a map has a stat bar. Like, his HP is 12 out of 12. He has an attack of 12. It's how heavy... His attack's how hard he is going to hit a character. His defense is how much he can shrug off a hit. Like, how... Subtract your defense from the attack, and you usually roughly get the damage that would be dealt. His movement's how far he can move in any given direction on his turn. His agility is his swiftness in combat to be able to dodge. Like, his likelihood to be able to dodge. And how quickly he will come up in between turns. And then magic is what spells he can use, and whatever item is whatever he has available, which is usually a weapon or a healing item. So that's how stats work in this game. So, if you're accustomed to a game like Fire Emblem usually has like a player phase, where like you control all of your units, and you control each unit in your player phase one time, and you can utilize it however you want to. And then the enemy has a phase, and they move their army like they want to. Shining Force is a little bit different. It goes by an agility counter. So, like, typically, characters who have the highest agility will go first, and it'll kind of go down the order, and then it will loop and repeat itself. With a few minor exceptions, but that's the idea. So, let's meet our Shining Force. Let's see. Okay. So this is Nied. He's your main character. If he dies, you get a game over. Now, in a regular Let's Play, it doesn't matter, because you just get a game over, you restart from the last church you saved at, and you get to go right back into the fray. In an Ironman run that we are doing, if he dies, it's all over. I lose the whole game, and I would have to restart from scratch. But he's your main character. He's a pretty solid character. 14 attack, 4 defense, 6 move, 4 agility. I loaded him up with healing items because if he dies, it's all over. His egress spell, as I said, allows us to teleport back out of battle into safety. We will not be using it, though. It makes the game kind of like a hard mode. This is Ken. He's a centaur. He's an okay character. I never really quite got the hang of him. There's other centaur characters throughout the game that I like better. He's going to end up being a meat shield on this run. He's very okay. This is Luke. He's our warrior. He's kind of like a tougher Ken with less mobility, in my opinion. He can become a very good fighter, a very good melee fighter. Sometimes I don't use him because you do have party restrictions. I think you can only have 12 people in the Shining Force at a time, in your party at a time. So, oftentimes, I used him a lot when I was younger playing, and then when I would play it as when I grew older and I would play it more and more, I would use other characters just to spice it up a little bit. But he's good. We will definitely be, because like, in an Iron Man, deaths are permanent, so we're going to have to use everyone we can. So we will definitely be utilizing him. This is Teo. She is our waifu. If she dies, I will be very sad. Look at her design. She's such a cute character. She's our mage. She's very squishy. She can only take... In an Iron Man run, she's only going to be able to take maybe 1 hit. And even, like, once we get past the first couple of battles, I don't even think she can take a single hit most of the time. So, we have to protect her. We have to keep her extremely safe. But she's very good. She gets very high-level magic. She has good magic growths. and mana points growths. So she's a very good character. She's one of my personal... She might be my personal favorite in the game. She's a very cute character. She's my waifu in this game. There's Lo. He's a healer. He's okay. I normally don't use Lo, but for an Iron Man purpose, we're going to have to, because we're going to need as much healing as possible. So we will use him for this Iron Man. And this is Hans. He's an archer. I don't really care for him that much. Archers in this game seem to be kind of weak in general. Overall, I mean, you can build them out if you want to, but they don't seem to grow in strength in accordance to everybody else. At least not in my experience. He will end up being a meat shield with Kin at some point to protect our units from, like, our really important units from death. So that's the Shining Force. So we're going to try to set up a perimeter. Surprisingly, this first fight can actually become very, very dangerous very quickly. Shining Force is a weird game to try to Iron Man. It's fun. I've never beat an Iron Man of Shining Force, but I believe in myself. I know I can do it. I got pretty close. I've gotten about halfway through the game before. And I could see where I could win. It was just I haven't done it yet. I genuinely believe you can Iron Man this game. I've never seen someone do it, but I think you can do it. You just have to be patient. So here's the thing. This map's actually, believe it or not, for the first half of the game, this map's actually one of the harder maps. You would think your first map is like real easy. They really want you to level out. They want you to egress out, fight more stuff, get more experience, is what they really want you to do. We're not doing that. And the reason why this map can get so brutal, so to speak. Yeah, I'll get this guy. The reason why this map can be so brutal is because there is everything's really closed corners. Like this first row of goblins, these 3 goblins right in front of me, they don't move from their spots. But these 2 goblins, these 2 dwarfs will move, and this Rune Knight will move if he finds a weak dude within a certain range. So you have to be really careful. And these goblins aren't too tough, but the dwarves for this level are, and the Rune Knight for this level is very particularly tough. It's very easy. Very easy to lose a character. So, I find that the next couple of battles actually are, weirdly enough, a little bit easier to manage than this battle. You would think this one would be easier, but it's actually surprisingly difficult. It's not brutal if you're careful, but it'll surprise you if you're not careful. So if we get past this chapter, this battle, in my opinion, will be good for a little while. Good. I only have 1 blaze out. I'm gonna hold off on her blaze. She only has 1 more, and I'm probably going to want it for the bigger enemies, like the dwarves or the Rune Knight, possibly. With that being said, we definitely want to level out Teo, because she is just... Her magic spells. Magic in this game is so interesting to utilize, because in other strategy RPGs I've played, you either have like a mana pool, and you can cast like a big spell on a character, and it's really no different than like a big physical attack. Magic in this game is very, very fascinating because it doesn't always, like some of your spells are just like 1 target attacks, but sometimes your spells like open up into a pattern and you can hit multiple enemies in the pattern. It's neat. It's a very, very neat take on spellcasting. So Teo's spells become very useful in the fights to come. Okay. Now there are doubles and there are critical hits in this game, and you have to be See, I just got a critical hit. You have to be very careful because there's no, unlike Fire Emblem where you get a little chat window, you telling you like when like what your critical rate is and what your chance to miss is or your chance to double is. There is no tool. There is no tool to help you out. There is no like pre-battle window to tell you, hey, you know, you're gonna hit for 14 if you hit. You have a 30% chance to hit. I mean, that's a really low chance, but it tells you. This game doesn't do that, so you kind of have to base on their stats. You kind of have to look at their stats and their movements before you run in, especially on an Iron Man. Okay. I think I'm going to pull him over to bait the other guys down. Keep him here. You definitely don't want them ganging up on your main guy. That's how I actually lost. I think the first time I tried to Iron Man this game, I actually lost in this first dungeon. It's easy to. It's so easy because you think, oh, you know, goblins aren't too bad, which they're not. You're like, oh, dwarves aren't that bad either, until they hit you. And you're like, ow, that hurt a lot more than it probably should have. So we gotta keep Teo out of harm's way. Now, see, Hans and Ken are mostly gonna be meat shields, but I'm gonna try to use them to bait the weaker enemies. Here we go. Now, here's a trick in this game. If the healer heals, they always get EXP for healing. Whether they use a spell, or whether they use a medical herb, or a healing seed, they are always going to get experience. Now, if a non-healer uses a medical herb on anybody to heal, they won't get any experience. They did fix that in later Shining Force games. But in this game, it's only a healing class, which kind of makes sense. But I digress. Okay, I don't know how I want to proceed here. This area is always tricky, because I'm trying to bait. Well, I guess I could pull Ken just one step above my main guy. And put Hans here. Hans is weirdly bulky for this stage of the game. There we go. Okay. See, now they're on their way down. Oh, these Dark Dwarf. Oh, they're going to hit Luke. I can't lose Luke this early. It's not too bad, but you've got to be careful. Okay, he's going after the main guy. That's not that bad. Okay, now see, now this part we're actually going to use Ken and Han. I hate wasting experience, so to speak, since I'm not going to use them. But you have to get through this part of the game before you can even get to the next battles, obviously. So I'll use them for chip. And I'll use them to help set up good kills. Goblin is good. There will be... So yeah, so I'll use him to chip the Dark Dwarf. That way they don't just sit there and rampage on me. I don't think using Ken would be bad. Okay. Oh, no, we can't. No, we can't move him. See, I want to move him here and ship the dwarf to his upper right, but that leaves a big gap for a dwarf to come down and hit my main guy. So I'm going to wait. Ooh. Oh, see, this is... I've got 2 spells on her. And I can only hit from 2 blocks away. I mean, I can hit from 1 to 2 blocks, but I can't put her here. They'll surround her and kill her. Likewise, I don't want to kill this goblin with her. Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'll tell you. I'm gonna blaze this goblin just to create some room and hope Luke comes over. I don't want two dwarves attacking Luke. Okay, he's going after Ken. That's fine. See, Ken, I feel like has decent defense, actually. Oh, man, I want to heal Ken, but I can't. No. We're gonna put him over here and have him heal. Does my main guy need it? If he gets doubled, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna bank it. No, I don't want to drop anything for sure. You have to really manage your inventory in this game. It's very important. See, I want to move him. I want to move him down to protect him. But I need to get a hit. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. That way he only gets hit once or twice per round. Okay, that's fine. Should be fine, anyways. Oh, he missed. Okay. I mean, it's not a bad idea to get your main guy more experience, so that can't hurt. Ooh. Well, how much EXP is she at? She's at 60. What's Luke at? If he gets doubled, he's dead. Okay, we're gonna heal Luke with Teo. It's a little bit of wasted EXP, but I don't want him dying on me. We're gonna wait. No, we're gonna chip the goblin with Ken. Okay, he's gonna attack the main guy again. 3. That's not bad. I'll heal him with low when low comes back up. I'm gonna try to chip the goblin. I think he'll kill it though. But yeah, he killed it. That's a wow. Oh god, he hit for 7. He's a little tougher than I always imagine. Okay, so he's gonna go for Luke. Okay, that's not too bad. Luke can hit him right back. Okay, that should be a kill for Teo. Okay, again, wasted EXP, but I want to keep Luke alive. Alright. Teo's gonna kill this dwarf. She should kill the dwarf and she should get a level. Oh, it always does between 6 and 7. Man, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Because Luke will get the kill. Luke needs the kill anyway, so I'll have Teo just kind of bonk something on the next stage and she'll get a level up for it. Yeah, Luke needs EXP anyway, because he's going to be a frontliner. I will have plenty of opportunities to get Teo levels, for sure. Her range and her heavy magic dealing is going to be very, very utilizable in the future. So that opportunity is not going anywhere. Right. Now, the question remains. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to sneak up on him a little bit. Not with Teo. Can I go up there? Okay, I can go all the way up. Okay. So I'm going to sneak up on just a little bit. No, we need to save our medical orbs. I want to heal, but we need to save our medical orbs. Oh, shoot. I might have just screwed myself. No, I'm good. Whew. Okay. He just went. So, oh, that's okay. That's okay. Now we're just going to hit him with everything we have, because he's a little strong. Well, it doesn't help when you miss and when you botch up your... Okay, she's staying down here for sure. Well, here's the thing. You don't want to put your main guy... You don't want to put anyone in danger, but you definitely don't want your main guy in danger. We don't want to lose anybody this early, but I'm telling you right now, if I were to lose Luke this early, it's not I don't like it, but I can live. That about gave me a heart attack. Okay, we're not dinking around anymore. We're gonna do this right. God, kill him. I don't even care who gets the kill. Can't do it. I know it's a waste EXP, but I can get more EXP. No, Ken. Ken, why? Okay, Hans, I know it's wasted EXP. Okay, whew. God, that Luke hit gave me a heart attack. Oh, man, I don't want to lose someone this early. It's too hard. Fools, you have won here, but Lord Cain of Runefaust is even now attacking Guardiana. Another earthquake. If that creature spoke truly, we have to return and help defend Guardiana. Alright guys, battle 1, a success. We didn't lose anybody. I almost lost Luke. I was this close. The earthquake blocked the road. Head north, but be ready for battle. No one enters Guardiana while we live, for Dark Soul. Death to Guardiana. Death to Guardiana. Okay, so here's something we're gonna do. I know I say I'm never gonna retreat from a battle. This is my one-time exception, and there is a non-cop-out reason for it, I promise. Do you really want to retreat? This is the only time I'll do it, and it's not because I'm partway into the battle. It's because I don't want to miss this character. I am Gong. I have fought the evil of Runefaust for many years. I will aid you. Gong joins the Shining Force. I will join your troops. Thank you. We are in dire need of you. Oh, I love this character, but you can never use him properly. Greetings, Nied. I have been waiting for you. He is so cute. It's a pity that he has not joined my party yet. I mean, not really a spoiler. I mean, he clearly will. I mean, look at his character sketch. He's clearly cute enough to join the party. Just not the very moment. And I'm going to go ahead and save while I'm here. Just to be sure. We'll do one more battle before I put the Let's Play up for the time being. We'll get through the next battle. But I want to at least get... I want to save in case you never know if an internet crash will happen or whatnot. So, it's good to be here. While I'm here, though, I will... You know what? No. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep going. And the reason why I'm going to keep going is because this is an Ironman run. And I only retreated... They expect you to do 2 battles in a row. I only retreated to get Gong. So, I'm not going to use that to my advantage to switch items. We're just going to go. Head north, but be ready. No one enters Guardiana while we live, for Dark Soul. Death to Guardiana. Death to Guardiana. Okay, so something... He doesn't have it. Does he? Do I have a medical herb? I don't. Something I truly love about this game is... So, the characterization between your party members is not super deep at this point of the game. It's not like your later Fire Emblems where you have like really deep support conversations and multiple characters have multiple things to say. Like, it's just not how this game is structured. The story and lore of this game is pretty neat. It's not super mind-bending. It's not like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. There's like 1 or 2 parts of the game that are, I won't say mind-blowing, but they're pretty interesting. It's like, oh, that's neat. Worth playing through for them, for sure. But the story's not some crazy, you know, Final Fantasy VII-esque epic saga. and probably not even like for those of people who like how genealogy of the Holy War, Fire Emblem, is intertwined and entangles itself in its all its mysteries. And it's not even quite built like that. But actually, I didn't mean to move Hans up. I kind of take him and Ken in the back, considering I don't use them. See, this is a good level to get a little bit of extra EXP, because there's just... it's just easier. Like, it's easier to attack the enemy and not get killed. I did not mean... but I'm going to go ahead and move him anyway. Just because he's already up there. Get him out of the way. But no, the story in this game, it's good. It's a cute... not cute as in not serious, but it's a quaint little story that's very, very enjoyable. If you like some of the older Fire Emblems that are like a tad more simple in the story, you'll probably definitely like this story. It's a fun one, but something I really like about this game, and we've already kind of seen a shade of it, and we will definitely see more shades of it to come, is they've already slowly introduced two villains. Like, in the dialogue that we've already read, we have heard about a Lord Cain who is attacking Guardiana, and they are chanting for Darksaul, like some kind of leader. So we've learned about two villainous leaders. And something I like that this game does, I feel like, very well for its era, was introduce multiple major villains. So I love games that have complex villain tiers. Like, clearly you always have, like, your big bad. But I like it when the big bads, like, when there's multiple big bads. Like, clearly there's always going to be one big bad, but I like it when there's, like, a couple of villains that are all kind of, like, scheming. I just think it makes for a very fun story. And this game's kind of like that. Like, you have, like, scheming villains. You meet them as you go, and you build, I won't really spoil much, but you build rivalries with them as you go. Like, we've already heard of two. And, you know, we'll have more and more to come, obviously, but... it's really cool how they set up the villains, and there's more than just like, oh, fight this big bad and keep him from doing this. Like, there's other people, and they're scheming, and they have like, I'll keep him here, and they have like even your like minor antagonists have like goals and agendas. It's cool. And you build like rivalries with them. It's not just like someone you see randomly and you have to fight. You'll like meet most of your major villains a few times. It's cool. It's something that this game does very well. We've already kind of slowly saw it with the dialogue, but we'll see it, you know, more as we go. I was just always endeared by this game's heroes. I wish there was more banter between the heroes. Okay. But at the same time, it's fine. You know, it's an endearing game. So, stuff to look forward to that I'm excited to share. Alright, Taya, we need you up here. Usually I have Taya level 2, pushing level 3 by now, and I do not have her there yet. But that's okay. We clearly, we had to save. This map's easier, because I mean, look at how they're shaped up. These goblins rarely move, and they kind of just all situate themselves up here, and you can easily, and they don't hardly do any damage, so you can easily kind of pick them apart and do with them what you want. Okay, he's got 79. Another thing about this game that's worth noting is, so when you get experience in this game, like, okay, so see how under his experience, he has 89 experience. At 100 experience points, you gain your next level. But this game, the most you can get in a single round is 48. And that's usually if you kill a high-level enemy. You can get 48 experience. But this game, I don't know if they meant for it to be this way, or if it was a weird glitch in the system, or if it was just because it's an older game, they didn't quite pan everything out. But when your experience carries over, like if you gain a level, if you have excess experience, like let's say he's like level 90 and he gets 40 plus experience. Like in most games, the extra 30 carries over going into the next level. It doesn't do it in this game. Whatever he gets, if he gets 48 experience on this, he'll hit level 3, but then he'll stop at 0, regardless of how much excess experience he has, which is, I don't like. But I mean, it's an old game, and I think that's kind of why. I just think it's something they either overlooked or something that maybe there was a small glitch in the system. So I'm trying to be very. Why I'm not like just like ramming down like trying to kill the goblins as soon as I can. It's because of that. I'm trying to maximize my experience, especially where I can't build out in this run. I'm definitely trying to maximize how much experience I can utilize. This map's actually surprisingly easier than the first one. It's just lengthy. Because you clearly have to move around mountains, and mountains impede. Ooh, that might be a kill for Gong. Ah, oh, so close. Could be a kill for really, literally anybody. I think I'm gonna wait and wait. Where's low at level wise? Okay, he's gonna attack my main guy, which is fine. They only hit for 1. 2 if they do a double. Okay. So, oh, I did not introduce Gong. I'm gonna try to introduce the characters as we acquire them. So this is Gong. He's a monk. The monk class in this game are adept at fighting, like hand-to-hand combat fighting, and healing. So he has a little bit of mana pool. So his mana pool is 8. He's level 1. He has 3 mana points less than low. So he basically has 1 full heal less than low does. But like low's attack is 10. His attack is 11 without any kind of weapon attached to him. His defense is 4. Low's is 5. Actually, Low's a very beefy boy. But he starts out okay, but he gets levels as you go. And an extra healer a healer that can take a couple of hits is never a bad thing. How we doing? He's level 2. I actually kind of want to give that kill to somebody else, so we're just gonna have him chip away at these other people. Ooh, that's a good one. Not a kill for Gong. I need to bonk. What's Teo experience at? 84 plus 18, 16. So okay, so even if she just hits something with her blaze spell, and she has 2. She has 3 uses of blaze. Okay. So even if she just hits one thing with blaze and doesn't kill it. Okay, that's fine. We're going to save Teo for a while, actually. How are these enemies lined up? Yeah, there's a very particular thing we're going to save Teo's magic for. Meanwhile, I'm going to bonk. Wait. I need to be careful. He's got 1. That's a kill for Gong or Low, whichever one comes up first, probably. He's got 3. That's a kill for someone. He's got 7. Oh, I'll just hit him then. Yeah, I don't want to send my main guy too far because they will kind of move around. Ooh, attack by 2, defense by 2. That's a good level up. They will, like, some of these goblins will start to come around from the back if they sense the main guy, and these 2 dark dwarfs might come up as well. They will almost always go after your main guy unless there's a very, very squishy healer or mage next to him, because if he dies, it's a game over. So they always target him for the convenience of the game over. Their convenience to the game over. Clearly not my convenience. Alright. God, I remember as a kid growing up, I hated this world map thing. This is essentially the world map theme. Every time you have a battle on the world map, you're going to hear this theme. I used to not really care for it that much as a kid growing up. I remember first hearing it, I was like, oh, this isn't as good as, like, Final Fantasy's world map theme. But then it slowly grew on me, and I remember being a teen and being like, do. So, it's just fun. It's a fun little catchy theme once you get used to it. Oh, Low only does 1 point of damage. Well, that did nothing. I was better off healing with him. That's a kill for Gong. Okay. Ooh, he needs a... Okay, we're going to move him up. We're not going to use him at all. I don't think they move, like, down, but they might move around. But he just got a +2 in D. No, that's not what I wanted. No, that's okay. That's actually very okay. That is very okay. God, this is my favorite strategy RPG. Like, Fire Emblem as a whole, as a series, is an amazing series, and I can't wait to do, like, Fire Emblem Let's Plays at some point in my Let's Play and streaming future. Like, they are great games. Wonderful. I would dare to say that Fire Emblem is the best SRPG series, and I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, and Final Fantasy has the Tactics series. But I would say Fire Emblem has, like, the best, like, long-running overall strategy series. However, okay, we've been down this road and it's a dead end. But this first Shining Force game really warms my heart. It's just, part of it's nostalgia, but part of it's like, it's fairly simple. It's not crazy. I mean, you definitely have to be strategic, especially in the run I'm doing. But it's charming and it's fun. And it's got a great sound. The soundtrack in this game is beautiful. The sad themes are depressing. The fight scenes are good. Especially, there's two fight themes in particular that just get you so hyped up for that fight. I love, this game was made in 1993. I think it was 1992 and then made in 1993 in the West, or made in 1993 in general. But like, the aesthetic of this game, like, it's 16-bit Genesis sprites, and I love it. And I was a big Genesis gamer growing up. I had a Sega Genesis. That's where most of my gaming came from. So, like, my first big platformer was Sonic. Other than a couple of PS1 RPGs, my first big RPGs were Phantasy Star. My first strategy RPG was Shining Force. The Genesis really introduced me to a whole nother level of gaming. But, God, I love the aesthetic of this game. Like, and I love comparing the aesthetic of this game to the aesthetic of, like, Fire Emblem Mystery of the New Emblem and Genealogy of the Holy War, because they roughly, all three came out at roughly the same time. And I love comparing, like, how the SNES handled its SRPGs and how the Sega Genesis handled their SRPGs. It's just cool. I love comparing. I love them both, though. And the later Shining Forces are good. Like, Shining Force 2 is a very good game. I didn't play it till a decent bit later after the first one. But Shining Force 2 was good. It's a great game, very fun to play. He should be fine. Yeah, Blow's pretty bulky for a healer. But, God. And Shining Force 2 is great. And I will do a Let's Play of that, maybe after I finish this one. It's a good game to Let's Play. And one day I'll try to do an Ironman when I know... I'm just going to heal myself. When I know a little bit more of it. But, God, definitely. Shining Force 1 is great. Shining Force 2 is good. I'm currently playing through 3. I'm having a hard time getting through it because it's a wonderful game. But the copy that I have is really rough. It's really rough around the edges. I need to heal Luke desperately. So, I mean, it's my copy's definitely playable, but it's definitely not ideal. So, ooh, that could be a kill for anybody, really. What's your defense at Gong? It's 4. Oh, man. I want Gong. What level? What experience is he? Oh, no. He's at 21. He doesn't need to be. Yeah, let's do that. I need to move Teo. I think I might have screwed myself over. I think I may have gotten a bit too carried away. I'm gonna move Teo out just a little bit, just to be safe. Do I have... I do! Okay, okay, so I should be fine then. Why am I freaking out? I'm freaking out because they're estranged from the rest of my party. Ooh, that's a critical. Attack by 1, defense by 1, speed by 1, hit points by 3. Ooh, hit points by 3? That's not bad. 13 hit points. For level 3, that's not bad at all. I'm gonna pull her away. I just don't want to take the risk of like someone just showing up and slapping her. Okay. It's not bad. I know exactly what I want to do with Teo. Okay, that's not bad. Gong should easily be able to handle this hit. He's got 86. So what I do is I come up here and I heal Luke and get a little bit of experience. Should get 10 on it. Usually you usually get 10 on a heal unless it's like a drastically amazing heal. Oh, I got 11. Then sometimes you'll get anywhere between 11 and 16, but usually you get like 6. I'm gonna block this path. I'm gonna do this with him just in case I try to go for Teo, and hopefully I can stop him from that. I'm glad we're kind of getting to the end of this battle because I need more items. Yeah, like in a normal run of Shining Force, this isn't a problem. Like, money is no problem whatsoever. You actually run out of things to do with money. I'm actually going to heal myself just in case something goes wrong. But, in Ironman Run, on the previous Ironman Run that I attempted, money wasn't an issue. It was kind of rough in the first 3 or 4 battles. And then after that, I was just fine. I never really was running out of money. So, good. Okay, let's see. He's only got 1? Oh, I want to get that kill with... How's Low doing? Okay, he's got 93. He's got 97. I need to get that kill with my main guy or Luke. Either one. Either one. They both need it. I'm surprised they haven't started moving. Like, moving around. But I guess they're waiting on that slot to the main guy to open up. So it should be fine. Yeah, let's do this. This is fine. There we go. Goblin down. We'll start hitting these dwarfs. Trying to whittle them down a little bit. Man, Luke and my main guy are making great progress. He's gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna stick her here. I'll stick him here. I'll stick him here. He's got... Yeah, we have to do this because he's... Hey, I'm not going to get a good chance to bonk someone with him at level 1, so we're just going to heal him. Again, we won't have a money problem here pretty soon, so... Did he really only just get a mana point on that? Really? Lo, you're killing me. And you need more mana than just 12, you silly. Okay, he's going after the main guy. They will almost... Unless there was like some really squishy cleric or mage, they will almost always go for him. So you try to use that to your advantage if you can. And they're kind of dumb. Like, he could have probably gone after someone else, but that intelligence will definitely increase as the game goes on. The first... Oh. What are you at? 49? Okay, so you can... Okay, you're good. So the first half of this game in an Ironman is hard, but not, like... Most of it's not brutal. There are... I'm trying to think. There are three fights in the first half of the game that are very brutal. Yeah. There's a couple fights in the first half that are tricky. Like the fight we just did, the very, very first battle. That fight is... I'm going to take an item. Oh, you have to... Oh, you can only give. That's right. That's okay. Actually, I'm going to wait. So that fight we just did before this fight... Oh, shoot. I could have healed my main guy. That's okay. That fight we just did... before this one, it's tricky, right? It wasn't super brutal. It wasn't very hard. It was tricky to get through it with minimal casualties. This fight is really not that bad. In the first half of the game, there are, in my opinion, 3 brutal fights, and I will name them as soon as we get to them. But there are... oh, shoot. Oh, wait, he can get the kill. Oh, no, shoot, he shouldn't. Because he's got high EXP. Oh, that worked... oh, wow. That worked out very well. Okay, so I'll just give the kill to Luke or my main guy. Probably my main guy. Oh, jeez. As long as he doesn't get a double. Yeah, we're good. We're good. And whoever comes up next, Luke or my main guy. Probably my main guy. Nope, that's Hans. There are 3 brutal fights. If we and they're all, most of them aren't way later in the first half of the game. So if we can get through those 3 brutal fights, and I will definitely highlight them. If I can get through these 3 fights, we're gonna have a good run. We have a very good shot to get far. But there's 3 very brutal fights towards the beginning of, like, in the first half of the game. Now in the second half of the game, once you hit like roughly the halfway point, every fight is difficult. I mean every fight. So most of the fights in the first half of the game on an Ironman run are challenging. Like they're not brutal. They're not like he just went. He just had a turn. Most of the fights in the first half of the game are challenging on an Ironman run. You can't just go in guns a-blazing. But it's not like I'm going to use the word brutal so many times before this Let's Play is over. But they're not like brutal. They're not like, oh my god, that was so hard. They're challenging. You just have to approach them in a very careful, strategic manner. Now, the second half of the game, there are, in my opinion, 3 maps in the first half of the game that are brutal, that can end your run easily. And you have to be very diligent in those 3 chapters. Or those three battles. But other than that, the first half of the game is more challenging than it is hard. Then once you hit the halfway mark of the game, and we will know it, once you hit about the halfway mark of the game, every fight is going to get like difficult. Like every single fight's going to be like a hard mode run. And that's when it's going to get dicey. If I can get through these 3 early brutal chapters, and I will name them when I get there, this run has a very, very good chance of going far. Actually, yeah, no, there's 3 really tough chapters in the first half. 2 of them are only tough for like one reason in particular. Like most of the chapters are actually not that bad, but there's one part about each of those chapters that makes that chapter a nightmare to try to survive. And then there's a chapter that's just, if you're well prepared for it, if we don't lose a lot of people, we'll get to that chapter, that third brutal chapter, with little fuss. But if we are very ill prepared, like if we lose a lot of people before then, like we might be in a lot of trouble. So I'm slowly bringing my group together. I think Luke needs a heal. So, oh shoot, there is no item. Does anybody have a healing item? I think my main guy does. I don't think Ken does. I think I've used all my healing items. Okay, well, let's wait then. So, what I like to do here is I like to stick him on this bridge. Because so, this used to be hard for me as a kid. It's really not too hard, but I've played this game multiple times. Like, I know this game. I know every single battle in this game. It's one of those games that I know exactly what to do next. These guys each, they're tough, but they only have one ranged weapons. And he's no slouch either. So the idea is if you sit someone here, they're just going to triangle kill them. They're just going to triangle attack them to death. So what you do is you stick whoever you want on this bridge. Just to make sure, I don't think they'll cross it. Even if you put like Teo right here, or Lo right there, or your main guy right there, I don't think they'll try to cross the bridge. But what you do is you put him here just in case, and then you let Teo go to work. Now if you plan on using Hans, you can use him on the south side of the bridge as well. It's just as efficient. Magic points by 3. Wait, what? What'd y'all get? Magic points by 3. Nice, Teo. Very nice. That's an extra. That's extra 2 extra casts. Now, see, if you plan on using Hans like in a regular Let's Play, you could easily put Hans in the bottom, like on this spot right here, and just have him launch at this guy, and he'll be fine. With some dude there, it's gonna be fine. But since I'm not gonna be using Hans, it's just a waste of experience. I'm just gonna have Teo run down these Rune Knights. She's gonna be able to kill one, and she's gonna kill one of them, and she's gonna weaken the other. So I've only got 2 more uses of Blaze with her. See, this is why I like having her at level 2 before I get here, is I can almost kill both of them if I want to. But it's okay. No worries. See, now we have a little bit of an opening. Now we can kind of send some people this way and like send them up and over or up and down against this guy. So, but I'm gonna let Teo use her last Blaze. Okay, now he moves. That's weird. I usually don't see him move. I'm actually fine with this because he hits much less. He hits much weaker than that Rune Knight. So I'm actually relatively okay with this. With that being said, that actually he's never moved on me before. There is a first for everything, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. See, this game does what I like to call getting agility screwed. So the idea is that the turn order goes in turn of agility, but sometimes it skips it. I don't know if it's because it's an old game and there was maybe like a little glitch or blip in the system, or if it's just one of those things where they thought maybe creatures with higher than normal agility can potentially get 2 attacks before another person gets 1. Either way, it's annoying. It's not the end of the world. We can clearly manage, but like Luke just got attacked twice before he could do anything. So now what's going to make me sad here is, oh no, okay, it's not the end of the world, but I might miss out on some experience, because here's the thing. If you kill, most places have a boss. Most battles have a boss of some sort. Like, so the last one we did, there was a Rune Knight, which is this guy at the top. He was the boss. If you kill him, the whole map is over, even if there's other enemies still standing. It's essentially most battles are kill the boss, and the boss unit is mostly different per character, per map. The last was this Rune Knight. This particular map, it's this Dark Dwarf right here. If you kill this Dark Dwarf, the Rune Knight dies too, and you don't get any experience for it. Which is usually not a big deal. But I want that experience. I'm kind of hoping this Rune Knight, like, comes over. No. Well, I don't want to move him. Okay, Teo. Teo, you're done. Get out of there. What I could do... No. Put Ken here. Okay, he moved back. Okay. No, we're good. We're gonna get all the EXP. I wonder if they'll go after him. What? I'm just trying to get this extra Rune Knight without losing somebody. Because I really want that extra experience. I don't even care who gets it. Like, where are we at? He's at 93. He can bonk someone and get an experience. He's at 53. I just want to get this kill. Okay, Luke can probably get it from here. That Rune Knight's still going to hit him pretty hard, though. Oh, we got him. Sweet. And he got a level up. That's... Okay, this is perfect. This is perfect. See, and now what we do is we send... Wait, what level are you at, Gong? 47? Oh, that's not bad. Wait, how much HP does a Dark Dwarf have? 8. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to send my main guy up, bonk him, get the level up, and then have Gong kill him. Or my main guy will just kill him and be done with it. Go figure. Attack increased by 2. That's not bad. Defense by 2. Oh, goodness. My dude's becoming a monster. Well done, Shining Force. Enter Guardiana and find out what's happened. That is incredible. That's 2 levels that I know of for sure that I've gotten 2 in attack and defense. That doesn't happen often in your early levels. That's good. That's very good. We have a shot at this run, my friends. You made it back. You're a little late. We were almost overrun. We held them off, but we gathered greatly. But we suffered greatly, as you'll see as you wander. Most of our knights were lost in the battle. Many homes were damaged. But we held. We'll keep watch here. Runefaust is bound to attack again. Okay, so what we want to do now is... First thing we do, and if we don't do this, I will greatly regret it. You know, that little fracas made me want to fight again. I am joining up. Gort joins the Shining Force. See, in this game is like... It's a sad join theme, because it's just a sad event that just happened. Like, whereas in the other theme, it was like... And this one's like the sad theme. There's different joining themes depending on what's going on around the moment, so it doesn't break the ambiance. The person... So this game was developed by like Sega, but also developed by a company called Camelot, which branched off to do like the Golden Sun games, Beyond the Beyond, the other Shining games. And I think the composer who composed the music for this game composed for most other Camelot games, such as like Beyond the Beyond and Golden Sun, those kinds of games. So the music, and I always thought the music in Golden Sun and Beyond the Beyond in this game were just beautiful. Was just beautifully well done. I think it's the same composer, and just so beautifully well done. So they paid close attention to how the music is crafted. Same thing with Shining Force 2 and 3, by the way. Their soundtracks are great too. But this game, it's like there's not a moment where you feel like the music is out of place. Hurry, Cain of Runefaust has injured the king and Lord Varius. Go away, Cain. I don't understand what you are talking about. Anyway, the treasure of Guardiana is in my hands now. I won't let you take that. Just leave. Sword of Darkness, show me your power. Arg. Varios dies. No, Father, I can't believe it. Not even close. Now, Guardiana is unworthy of my attention. Farewell, fools. Look to the king. I'm looking at him. Okay, that's mean. It's a sad moment. I don't think I'll live much longer. Various protected me. But listen, the gate is the only access to the tower, and the gate can be opened only by a key. You have to find it before it falls into the hands of evil. Never let them open the gate. Find out why Runefaust is interested in this gate. Please, May, daughter of the great Varios, help Nied. Avenge your father. Be strong. Your Majesty, please tell my daughter, Henri, to stay strong for her people. The king dies. So now we gotta go find Henri. Now is not the time for tears. Alterone should be our next goal. Let's go find that key. I don't want to see any more tragedies. Now we get May! So we have Gort and May now. 2 characters we don't have. I'll introduce them when we start the next battle. As characters. I'll await you at headquarters. Be quick. Okay, so there's a lot of loot to grab, and we have to restock on our inventory. I'll do that at the start of the next Let's Play. For now, this is a good place to save and take a break. May the powers of light be with you and all of the Shining Force. There, my record is complete. I will continue my journey, but you cannot help in some other way. Okay. So yeah, that's part 1 of Shining Force. We're about halfway through the first chapter. This game goes in chapters. There's a set amount of chapters. Each chapter has a handful of battles in it. So we're about halfway through the first chapter. I like this game so much. It's such... I know it's fairly simple in plot. Like, it doesn't have this multiple kingdoms, like, scheming plots like a lot of Fire Emblems do. But it's a nice story. And, like, again, like, we just met Cain of Runefaust. We saw how powerful he was. He was training the dude. He was training. Yeah, he was training Varios, all right. He threw down Varios. It seemed like Cain wasn't even breaking a sweat. And that was the dude that was training us and knocking us on our butts when we first started the game. So we've met him. He's introduced as a villain, so we have a reason to hate him. And then we've also heard about this Dark Soul, too. And they're all working for this Runefaust kingdom. So we've already met 2 interesting villains. Well, we've met 1 interesting villain and heard of another. So, I'm excited to see more of the building. I'm excited to experience this with everybody. So far on this Ironman run, we have no deaths. I know that first map is challenging. I have multiple times I've lost people on that first map, so I'm glad we have a good start. If we can keep going on this pace that we're going, we have a very good shot at going far in this Ironman. So I'm excited to see what it has in store for us. Thank you everyone very much for joining me on this adventure. I'm so excited to share Shining Force with everyone. It is my favorite strategy RPG by far. It was my first and my favorite, and I love playing through it, and I love challenging myself with this Ironman. So now it will get harder, and I am going to lose some favorite characters, and I will be very heartbroken, but that's all part of the experience. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time.